You want to fix your financial situation, but every single time that you start, you end up right back where you began. You know that you need to have a budget, but you're just not sure how to even start. This video is for you. This is step 2 in my financial course on how to have a financially healthy lifestyle. In this step, we're going to be talking all about goals, and not just any type of goals. We're going to talk about goals that you can actually achieve. Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jeff Bulloch. I am a CPA and an MBA, and this is Smart Money. I help people make smarter decisions with their money. If you like this video, like and subscribe. All right, so let's jump right into this. You've all heard of the SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound. You've heard of these SMART goals, and maybe you've even tried a few of those SMART goals. You've tried to get into the SMART goals and do them, but every time you've set a goal, it fades to the back burner. It's no longer something you've done. Now you're embarrassed. You're not going to pick it back up again. You just kind of given up. How do you even achieve a goal? Now, this is something that a lot of people run into. You see it all the time. You have January 1st comes around, the new year. Everybody has their goals that they set. The next 3 weeks, maybe next couple months, they're really gung-ho on these goals. And then something comes up and it's hard to achieve those goals. I have a strategy that anyone can follow that can help people achieve their goals. Now, in this instance, we're talking about finances and your financial goals, how to achieve those financial healthy goals. Most of us know what we need to do to be more healthy financially. But how do you do this? That's where this goal strategy comes into place. And this goal strategy, again, is using an acronym, and this acronym is Achiever. So the first step in the Achiever goal is to make sure that your goal is something that you can actually achieve, something that you can reach for, something that's doable. The next step is something that you care about. It has to be something that you can prioritize over other things, something that you can sacrifice for. The next is something that's habitual. I find this to be kind of a key when keeping with goals. You want to break the goals down into daily, weekly things that you can do so that it's more manageable, or something that it's almost inevitable that you're going to achieve your goal because you're doing it every day. If you have it so that it's not so every day, it can be hard to focus on. The next one is identifiable. You need to have that goal be clear and identifiable. The next one is event bound. I really like having goals where there's time constraints that pushes us to achieve those goals and to work on those goals. So event based. Visionary. This needs to be something that it works towards your bigger vision in life, your bigger dream in life, not just something that you put out there just because it sounds good. This is your why. It has to be expressed, something that you tell other people. You have some accountability about it, and then it has to be reviewed. Something you hang up on the wall, something you write down, something that you see often. All right, so let's jump into these a little bit more in depth and pull into how does this help financially, okay? So first we have Achievable. When it comes to finances, everybody says, well, I want to make $1 million, or I want to get out of all my debt. I've got $1 million of debt. I'm going to get out of all the debt. It's just too much. It's too much, too hard. So let's take a step back. Let's step back and say, what really is achievable? And that's where you break down, okay, my debts, I've got $1 million of debt, but I have this small debt, and I'm going to focus on that small debt first. That's the first step. Small is just really small. I want to do all of it, but we're going to start with something that's more achievable, that's easier to swallow. Then something that you care about. I kind of think about this with running in the morning. You really think running in the morning is a great idea. You want to go running in the morning, but when the morning comes, the alarm goes off, it is so much easier just to push that snooze button and say you'll go running tomorrow. There have to be something that we care about enough that we roll out of bed. You have to say to yourself, I care about this more than something else. If you don't care about it more than other things, why is it even a goal? So say you have a goal to pay off your debt. You want to pay this debt off, but when it comes to your vacation, you just want to spend your money so bad. Now that's when you have to come back to this and say, how much do I care about paying off my debt? Do I care about it more than spending money on my vacation? Do I care about it more than this trinket or souvenir? Oftentimes the answer is going to be yes, I do. And you can put that souvenir back, that trinket back. If you say, no, I don't care about it more, maybe you need to look back at your goal and say, all right, maybe let's look at maybe a higher income, or let's look at something else that I can achieve this goal, but still have that trinket that I want. So look at your goal. Maybe it's you're cutting back on something else that's easier for you to sacrifice for your goal. Okay, the next one is habitual. It is easier to achieve a goal when it's something that you're doing more frequently, right? If it's something that you're going to just, when it comes, it comes. When the time comes, I'm going to pay off the debt. Well, that time will come, and you'll not be any closer to paying it off when it does come. You say, oh, I'm going to pay it off in 3 months. And yeah, that's great. I love it. Write it down. Then when the time comes, you didn't pay it off. So this is where you cut it up into little tiny bite size. You say, okay, I need to pay off this debt in 3 months. What does that look daily? Can I pay $10 a day towards that debt? Can I pay $100 a week towards that debt? And I wouldn't go larger than that. Something that you're paying at a daily or at a weekly basis. Maybe it's investing. How much do you put into investments every week? You say, on Monday, I put money into my investments. That's what we do. It just comes, every time Monday comes around, this is what I'm going to do, right? Every time the paycheck comes in, I put a little bit into savings. That's just what I do. That's just habitual. You've created this reoccurring habit. Small reoccurring habit. Okay, now it needs to be identifiable. Something where you say, like I've been saying, it's $10, it's $100, it's weekly, it's daily. You've identified, all right, when I do it, I can say I've achieved it. It's not just, I'm going to pay off debt. Paid off debt. What does that even mean? What do you mean you're going to pay off your mortgage also? Does that mean you're going to just pay off this credit card? Does it mean that you're going to have a credit? What exactly are you talking about when you're saying this? So that when the time comes that you've achieved that goal, you can check it off. You can say, I did it. It worked. I did it. It has to be something you can identify, something you can cross off and check off. Okay. The next one is event-based. All right. Maybe not necessarily a deadline or a date, but something where you can say within this time period, daily, weekly, where you can say within a quarter, by Christmas time. That is what you're looking for, is to have those event-based. That way it's not just when the time comes, when I can get to it, then it'll be done. The time will never come. You'll never get to it. Other things will prioritize over it. So it is best to have that event-based that it's coming, I'm doing it daily, I'm working up to it, and it's now my priority. I'm prioritizing it over other things. The next one is visionary. You need to know why. Why are you trying to pay off the debt? Why are you trying to put money into savings? Why are you investing? Is it just, they told me to. It sounded like a good idea. That's not going to get you very far. You need to know, why am I doing this? That's going to help it so that when this, alarm goes off, you roll out of bed, you get on the running shoes, and you go. That means that when you go to buy the thing, you can think, oh, I have a bigger reason for not buying this right now. It's not just, Well, they said so. I'm not going to buy it because they said so. That's not going to work. You say, I want to buy this, but I want financial health in my life. I want that peace, that happiness that comes from having that financial health. I'm going to put this thing back. I need to have that debt paid off because of financial peace. I'm going to put it back. Or I want to be able to retire and be relaxed during retirement, not have financial stress during retirement. I'm going to invest. So bigger reason. What's the big reason? All right, and that's visionary. The next one is expressed. Share it with other people. If it's just something that you kind of think in your head, oh, I'm going to do this. Yeah, I've got a reason why, all this stuff. It's great, whatnot. When the time comes, either you'll forget about it, you'll forget the reason, the emotion's not so strong, nobody's checking in on you. So have it something that people can check in on you with. They say, hey, how's that going? How are you doing? You paying off your credit card? Did you pay off the credit card? You know, how did it go? Something that you have told people, you express to people, they can ask you how things are going, and it's something that's shared. Now, at this time, I would say pause the video, write down some of those goals that you have. Make sure it has these steps, and put it in the comments, right? Share it here. And as you put them in the comments, look at what other people's goals are and kind of give them a little bit of encouragement and say, yeah, you can do that. You really can. It can motivate us to do even more. All right, so that is expressed. The next one is reviewed. This is a big thing. I recommend putting your goals on a poster board and hanging it up on your wall. That way you can see it every day. Something that you can see over and over again. Not just something that you've written down, you stuck it in your back pocket, it's gone through the wash, now you don't know where it is. Something that you can see again and again. You can see the progress of it. I have a goal set up on my wall that shows the progress that I'm making towards paying for a house. And so it's kind of fun. Every time I've saved up a little bit more for that house, I can color in a little bit more. So you have it, you can see the steps, you can see it every day. It reminds you every day what you're doing, what you're trying to achieve. So again, this is the goal for achievers. It's A, achievable, C, cared about, H, habitual, I, identifiable, E, event-based, V, visionary, E, expressed, and R, reviewed. That is how you can become an achiever of goals, is to follow those steps. If you like this video, again, like and subscribe, share it with somebody else if you found this to be helpful. I also have step 1 will be right here. You can click on that one. If I have step 3 done, I'll have it posted here in one of the corners as well. So you can click on those videos and just start writing down some goals and see what you can achieve. I really think that you can be an achiever of goals. I hope you find this helpful, and thank you for listening. Thank you. Bye.